What's going on, my soul family? Welcome back to another episode of the Awake with Jake show. On today's episode, I'm going to be dropping in and doing something that I've never done before, which is decoding dating text messages. Say that 5 times fast, and I guarantee you end up with a mouthful. Now, the reason why I am doing this is because I want to bring some clarity to the world of dating. In today's dating world and the landscape of things, for the most part, there's a lot of confusion, a lot of miscommunication, and a lot of frustration in the world of intimacy because people really just aren't understanding each other. Now, I have spent a lot of my life struggling in relationships, struggling in intimacy because the intimacy with myself, the relationship with myself was broken. And I kept showing up in these relationships and just repeating toxic relationship after toxic relationship because I was holding on to and harboring this inner pain. Now, this is exactly why I have created the 3-day transformational event Awake, which is basically 3 days to walk you through a process of healing, integration, and embodiment of the intimacy that you truly desire. But in order to get to that feeling of intimacy, to be open to that intimacy, you got to let go of the blockages that you're holding on to. So throughout this process, we will walk you through this. Melissa and I will walk you through this to let go, to heal, to integrate and embody. I know that right now, things are a little uncomfortable and putting yourself out in the world feels a little scary, especially if you're listening to the media and what they're programming you to think. If you can physically make it to this event, it will change your life. That is what I'm telling you right now. If you can physically make it to this event and be immersed in this environment with hundreds of other like-minded men and women, your life will be changed leaving this event forever. You will have a strong foundations for not only your own well-being, but also your relationships. So go to jakewooder.com/awake to grab your tickets today. And for those of you that are not in this country and can't make it to the event, there is a virtual pass available as well at the same link, jakewooder.com/awake. Let's get right into these text messages because I'm excited to jump the fuck in. So this first one came in from a lady who said, "Babe, are we catching up this week?" And this is what she sent to him. "I'm just trying to organize my week. Let me know." He said, "Yeah, for sure. Can I let you know in a few hours?" Okay. She said, "Yeah, cool." He said, "Give me a few days and I'll work it out from there, babe. Sorry, been unorganized today." She said, "Sure, no worries. I'll go ahead and make my plans anyway, and we will see if we can make something work once you know." He said, "On the calendar now." My first initial response to this guy is the bare minimum guy. He's putting in bare minimum effort to maybe get a little bit of sex, just to kind of linger around, to come around when it's convenient for him. This is just what I feel, okay? It seems like she's the one putting in all of the work, all of the effort, and it's not being reciprocated. Now, it also seems like she's taking on the masculine role of pursuing him to try to pin him down and make a commitment to give her a sense of clarity. What she's really wanting from him is a sense of clarity, is a commitment, is him to step up, make a decision, take the lead. And he's not doing that. He's dragging his feet, he's being passive Pete, and he's just really, honestly, if I can feel the frustration here from her, is probably pretty frustrating because she's like, "Where do we stand?" And she feels like she's standing on a wobbly stool. She's like, "When is this son of a bitch gonna break?" I could tell you right now that that's how I would feel as the feminine in this situation. I wouldn't feel very safe standing on this wobbly stool. So here's what I would say if I were her and I was giving her advice right now. And I would do this from a place of consciousness and a place of love. If you are really interested in this guy, I would set a boundary with him. That would be the first thing. And I would express it in a way where you're inviting him to provide you with clarity. And you could say something like, "Hey, I'm just wondering, what are your intentions with me being in a relationship? Or what are your intentions with me, period? What do you feel about me?" Just whatever comes through for you, ask him that. And you're inviting him to step forward. "What do you feel about me? What are your intentions with me? Where do you see this going? Is a really good question to ask the masculine. Because if the masculine can't provide you with a sense of clarity and direction, then that's not a good sign. And that doesn't mean that masculine energy always has clear direction, because there's been a lot of times in my life where I didn't have clear direction, and there's still times when I don't have clear direction. But my mission is to have clarity. I want to have clear direction because that is what makes me feel best. And I love to be able to provide my woman with that clear direction. It feels good to take the lead. And what I'm sensing from this man, he feels like the bare minimum type man, and he could just be not that interested. And that's something else you got to accept as well. It seems like you're putting in all the effort, you're putting in all the energy, and it's not being reciprocated. And it feels good to receive as the feminine, and you're not receiving right now because he's not stepping up, and you're feeling so pissed off and frustrated. I can feel it in how much you're stepping into the masculine with the words you're choosing to use, such as, I'm just trying to organize my week, masculine. That feels to me very masculine. Like you're planning, you're organizing, you're trying to commit him, get him to commit, you're trying to pin him down, you're pursuing him. All feels very masculine to me. It doesn't feel like it's natural for you. That's why you feel frustrated around this message. So express your boundary, ask him where he intends to take this relationship, where he sees it going. Ask him what his intentions are with you. And it's okay to ask these things. You have total right to ask a man these questions. And if he can't provide you with a sense of clarity, or at least start to go in the direction of clarity, then you're probably going to want to let him go. And that's just how I feel about that. So let's just move right to the next text message here. All right. So for context, this was randomly sent from a man to a woman. He said, I can't sleep. You've been on my mind heavy. And I like you a lot because you're different from what I usually fall for. The way you talk, think, act, carry yourself, and most importantly, your grind for success. I'm here and willing to take this journey with you wherever it may take us. So I want to first say that this man is really putting himself out there, and he's really expressing himself, which I think can be really nice, but it can be a little bit problematic because it seems really poetic. It sounds very romantic what he said. But in the world of polarity between masculine and feminine, this statement of I'm here and willing to take this journey wherever it may take us, this sounds like he doesn't really have clear direction. It doesn't sound like he has clarity in his life. So he's just kind of along for the ride and just flowing through life, but he's not really anchored. He's not really certain. He's not really grounded. And when the masculine is not those things, it is very hard for him to step up and provide a sense of safety and clarity and trust in the relationship. He wants to provide a strong foundation for the relationship. Now, I'm also coming at this from the perspective of him being the masculine, her being the feminine for this text message and the previous text message. This is just how I'm feeling and what was addressed to me from a feminine woman and a masculine man. This isn't always the case because sometimes it could be a feminine man or it could be a masculine woman. But in this case, we're speaking from the point of him being the masculine man, her being the feminine woman. And that's the beautiful thing about masculine and feminine energies is it can apply to all relationships. You just have to know what your core energy is and how you want to show up in relationship because you have both of these energies. So when the masculine doesn't have a clear direction and he lacks certainty, then a woman will not surrender her heart and allow him to take the lead. A surrendered woman is truly a gift from God. Let me say this again because this is really important. A surrendered woman is truly a gift from God. But a woman is not just going to open up and surrender to just any man. It has to be a man that she truly feels safe with, that she truly trusts. And this is a process of integration. I can remember in the beginning of my relationship with Melissa, there wasn't a lot of surrender happening there, right? And I was at a point in my life where I was going through a really deep healing journey and I was really connecting with my feminine, and she had been single and independent for a while. So she was really developed in her masculine. So we clashed a little bit in the beginning of our relationship because our polarity was conflicted. So as we started to harmonize and recalibrate, if you will, our relationship got so much better. Oh, it was so much better when that happened. So for the woman who sent me this, I want you to ask yourself a question. Does this man inspire a feeling of safety within your body? Because once again, he sounds very poetic. He sounds like a really nice guy. But I'm telling you right now, feminine women get repelled by the nice guy, by the passive guy, because he's not assertive. He's not taking charge in a conscious way. He's not leading. He's not really fully grounded and committed. That's what women find really attractive about masculine men, is his ability to step up and take the lead. His ability to step up and say, hey, you know what, baby? I got this. I'll take care of this. And then actually does it with follow through. Taking action is how the masculine expresses himself. And once again, I'm speaking it from a perspective of a masculine man and a feminine woman. This could be same-sex relationship. It could be reversed as well. It could be a masculine woman and a feminine man. But for simplicity's sake, what I'm saying, when the masculine steps up, he takes charge and he leads confidently. He has certainty, he has clear direction. That inspires safety within the feminine, and that is reflected back to him. Her level of surrender and openness to the masculine in the relationship has so much to do with how much integrity, consistency, confidence, and certainty he is providing for the relationship. And I want to be very clear about this as well. That's not all of it, okay? Because if she's holding on to old masculine wounds and she has previous masculine trauma in her body and she learned not to trust masculine energy, then she will not be fully open to masculine energy, and she will shield herself and guard herself from masculine energy, keep masculine energy at bay. And often she will attract men of more feminine nature. So I want to throw that in there as well. So if you're a feminine woman listening right now, and you feel that your essence is more feminine, are you guarding yourself from masculine energy because you don't trust it? And you've got caught in this survival mode of always protecting yourself. And I want to also say that you can be strong and also be in your feminine energy. There's this misconception that you have to be masculine in order to be strong. That's bullshit. All right, here's the last text message. I hope you guys are loving this. If you are, please take a screenshot of it and share it to your Instagram story and tag me at _Jake Woodard. So here's the last one here. So the guy, the man, texted her and said, flower pants got me, with like a weird one of these faces, like his eyebrows up. I don't know. I don't even know how to do that emoji face. Well, it's a little strange. Then he texted her again. No response to that one. When are you free to hang? Hang. Okay. This week I'm free Wednesday or Friday evening. What about you? I think Friday night works for me. Any fun ideas? She said. Not sure. I'll just be getting off work. Do you? Something chill would be great with me, he said. It's been a long week already. Here we go. Right off the bat, I just feel this man's horniness. Any man that compliments the pants right off the bat is basically saying, I want to get in those pants. I feel like he's passively saying he wants to have sex with you. He feels like a hook up and chill type guy. That's just the vibe that I'm getting from him. When a man compliments a woman's pants, is basically telling her that you want to have sex with her. And let me tell you this. Women are super intuitive. They can feel a man's lustful energy. So passively attempting to make plans with her is just more red flags. Here is what I would say he could have said. I would like to take you on a date this week. I'm free Friday night. How does that work for you? Now, once again, that's if this man had pure intentions and really actually was interested in this woman and not just wanting to have sex and hook up, which is fine if that's what two people want. And, it's both people are agreeing on that. But for the masculine men listening right now, what a woman wants, what a feminine woman desires from all the years of doing this work is she wants a man that's going to step up and make a plan, who's going to step up, consciously take charge, and lead. That is what is so attractive to a feminine woman. When you're super passive and you're flighty and you're wishy-washy and you're all over the place, that chaotic energy, that ungrounded energy, that flowy energy is a huge turnoff to the feminine. That is a huge turnoff when you're indecisive and you don't have clarity. And once again, it's not to say that you can't have those things as a masculine person, because you absolutely can. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to make mistakes. And that's the beauty of being in a safe relationship, is you can make mistakes. But consistency moving towards clarity, consistency moving towards your mission, consistency with being grounded, with being present. That most of the time, if we aim for that 80% mark, embodying that true masculine direction, that true masculine clarity is a good mark to hit. Now, what a masculine man really desires from a feminine woman is her receptivity, her softness, her love, her radiance, her sensuality, her openness, so he can step in to her garden. And as a feminine woman, you provide such a beautiful softness that really kind of softens the masculine rough edges. It's almost like if you had a burn on your hand, the feminine is kind of like a cooling gel that just soothes that burn. So, what I've learned with being in a relationship with Melissa, who is very feminine, she provides me with such a warmth, such playfulness, such sensuality. And she really is like an oracle of wisdom that I often go to and say, hey, what do you feel about this? And it's such a beautiful dynamic having that oracle of wisdom, having that sage like wisdom that I can call upon. And when I'm really in my masculine, rigid head, her playful, fun loving energy really helps to pull me out of that. And she communicates from such a place of being embodied in love. That's really what the feminine is, the embodiment of love. And what's happened in our world is women have become confused by the conditioning and the programming that they need to be masculine in order to be successful. And they've become so far disconnected from their hearts and so guarded that they're really struggling in intimate relationships because of this. When, as the feminine, you are just open and cracked open, you create a sense of love that just pours through your body and is so healing and nourishing for you. You are safe to feel that. You are worthy of feeling that love flowing through you. You deserve that. And for the masculine, finding that sense of purpose, finding that mission that's going to drive you, that's going to motivate you, that's going to help you to find that path that's going to fulfill you. As the masculine, we are so fulfilled by the mission of life. And not our ego's mission either. I'm talking about the soul mission to be of service. So these are just some things to think about. I hope that this episode brought you a ton of value. Please, once again, if it did, take a screenshot of it, share it to your Instagram story, send me a DM, a direct message. Let me know how this helped you. I love you so much. I hope that you make it to our upcoming live event, January 21st through the 23rd, where we're going to be going deep into all of this stuff, all of the masculine, feminine dynamics, polarity, boundaries in relationship, how to communicate. We'll be doing guided meditations, breath work, basically every healing modality that's ever worked for me. I'm going to be facilitating. We are going to be facilitating, Melissa and I, at this event. Go to jakewooder.com/awake right now to grab your tickets while they're still available. Once again, I love you. I appreciate you. And as always, stay open, stay loving, and stay connected to that beautiful source within you.